Hello students, I am JP Nautiyal from Rishiram Shiksha Sansthan Online Study. Welcome in your today's session. Today we will learn Computer Application Class 10, Unit 1, Chapter 2, and this is the third part of this chapter. Internet Services and Mobile Technologies, the name of chapter. And please like, share and subscribe the channel so that you can get the early notification of the video uploaded on the YouTube channel. So in the previous two videos we have covered introduction, information retrieval, email or electronic mail, using search engines, FTP protocol, remote login and file transfer protocol, and web services. The topic was continued, and today we will cover the last topic of web services, and then that's e-governance. Then we will start social networking, and then last but not least, that is mobile technologies. So let us start. Here the seventh web service is e-governance. Let us see the definition of e-governance. That e-governance refers to the application or uses of electronic means in governance with an aim of fulfilling the requirements of common man at affordable costs and in fastest possible time. So here we can see the letter E makes available to you something 24 hours. Wherever you will find E, the letter E will refer that 7 into 24. All days a month. For example, email means you can mail anytime as per your wish and requirements. Same way, e-governance nearly means that you can interact with your government 24 into 7. E-governance can be thought of as the application of electronic means in governance. It is that number 1, the interaction between government and citizens and government and businesses via electronic means. That is an interaction between government and citizens, government and businesses via electronic means. These are the two pairs, government to citizen and government to business. Second thing, use of electronic means in internal government operations to simplify and improve democratic government and business aspects of governance. In the domain of e-governance, the interaction is an umbrella term that covers the delivery of government products and services, exchange of information, communication, transactions and system integration. The National E-Governance Plan (NEGP) has been formulated by the government to promote e-governance on a massive scale. The vision of National E-Governance Plan (NEGP) states making all government services accessible to the common man in his locally through common service delivery outlet and ensure efficiency, transparency and reliability of such services at affordable costs to realize the basic needs of the common man. This is the main objective, and major e-governance projects in India are in this section we are going to cover, like MCA 21, India's prestigious Government to Business G2B, Government to Business Services Portal. The MCA 21 project provides stakeholders with convenient and secure online access to all services provided by Ministry of Company Affairs, MCA provided by Ministry of Company Affairs. Key services that can be availed through the MCA 21 portal, and the URL to access the MCA is www.mca.gov.in. Second, Consular Passport and Visa Division, Indian Passport Office. The Consular Passport and Visa Division, a division of Ministry of External Affairs, is the Indian Passport Office for people of India. It is an executive agency of Government of India responsible for issuing Indian passports, and the URL is http://passport.gov.in. Income tax portal. Number third, income tax portal. Some major services offered by income tax portal include preparation and filling of individual income tax returns and TDS returns by tax deductors, filling and tracking of PAN, TAN applications, status inquiry of taxes paid in banks, and access to taxation rules and taxpayer specific information. And the URL is http://www.incometaxindia.gov.in. The fourth one, National Portal of India. The National Portal of India has been developed with an objective to enable a single window access to information and services being provided by the various Indian government entities, and the URL is india.gov.in. Next e-governance portal in India is number 5, DRDO. DRDO is a network, Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. More than 50 laboratories which are deeply engaged in developing defense technologies covering various disciplines like aeronautics, armaments, electronics, combat vehicles, engineering systems, instrumentation, missiles, advanced computing and simulation, special materials, naval systems, life sciences, training, information system and agricultural research, and the URL is drdo.nic.in. 6. Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court of India is the highest judicial body in India. It has also its web presence in the form of a website that can be used to know about Supreme Court judgments, case studies, news, e-filing, etc. And the URL is http://supremecourtofindia.nic.in. Indian courts. 7 Indian courts. The Indian courts is a bucket of websites of the Supreme Court and all 21 high courts and their benches in India. It provides a single point access to information related to the Supreme Court and any high court in India. And the URL is http://www.indiancourts.nic.in. RTI portal, Right to Information Act 2005, which mandates timely response to citizen requests for government information, and the URL is rti.gov.in. There are many more websites and portals that are the part of e-governance mission of India. Some URL are indianairforce.nic.in, indianarmy.nic.in, pension parcel pensionersportal.gov.in, indiannavy.nic.in, goidirectory.nic.in, indiaimage.nic.in slash welcome HTML. Now, social impacts of e-governance facility. Now, the positive impact of e-governance on society can be summarized as follows. Number 1. E-governance program have improved the efficiency of administration and service delivery. Number 2. E-governance programs have resulted in reduced waiting time before the work done. People have also benefited from e-governance in the form of reduced cost of availing the services. Number 4, e-governance has proved successful in keeping a tab on corruption to some extent. Number 5, e-governance program have resulted in increased public participation. Number 6, these programs have resulted in increased transparency and increased accountability of government offices. The negative or not so positive social impacts of the e-governance can be summarized as: number 1, people living in rural and remote areas could not benefit from the e-governance initiative because of lack of computerization in these areas. Second one, not all services are part of e-governance, so manual method cannot be avoided. So the manual methods cannot be avoided. Number 3, lack of awareness about the e-governance programs has prevented people to benefit from it. Number 4, incompatibility of software and hardware has prevented people to fully benefit from it. Number 5, users also find it inconvenient to make payments online due to limited numbers of certified branches of banks. Number 6, some people have their apprehensions about using credit cards for making online payments. Many users find the websites to be slow vis-a-vis other websites and feel that appropriate steps should be taken to improve the performance and speed of the portals. Now the next topic, that is number 8, e-groups. First, let us see the definition of e-groups. An e-group refers to an online community where people discuss on topics of common interests. A message posted in such a discussion is known as a post. All the posts are listed together on a discussion board, which is viewable to all the members of the group. An e-group, or simply a group, can be viewed as a way to provide an online environment where like-minded individuals can come together to discuss and share information and insights on topic of their interest. An e-group often has a discussion board. Discussion boards have become a popular way of people from all over the world to get together to discuss various topics of interest using a discussion board. Interest. A discussion board is similar to sending email. The biggest difference being that all the emails called posts are contained on the discussion board and are viewable by all the members of the e-group. An e-group is another name online clubbing where you meet people of your task and likes, discuss things and then leave. Many portals allow you to create e-groups. Some popular one is groups.yahoo.com and groups.google.com. And nowadays, like we are using the WhatsApp group to share the common interest, like we are sharing the link of YouTube videos, PDF link in Google Drive through WhatsApp. So we are having the common interest of study, so we are having a common group. So this is the e-groups in a very easy language. So the definition is to be learned. Now come to the 8th is e-group, and first e-group features of e-group. The next topic, e-groups let us connect and converse with people of similar preferred choices. E-groups provide following steps to help member communicate effectively. A conversation on a group can have original message and its responses and replies. All these belongs to single conversation, single topic are together known as threaded conversation. Are called threaded conversation or threaded message. The member of an e-group can post the message on the group's discussion board, reply to a post, it is that posted message, and upload as well as download files from group. A Google group offers space for files uploaded by the group members. E-groups are perfect for people with busy schedules. There are no specific time one must be online to participate. Like in WhatsApp group, we send the message and later on whenever we connect, then we get informed and then we replies. It's like same. The benefits of e-groups. E-groups let we connect to the people with a similar thought and mindsets. Major benefit of e-groups are: number 1, it keeps us in touch with other members. E-groups allow members to exchange messages, plan vacation, participate in meeting online, or to share view with the other member of the group. Each group has its own email address, message board, calendar, photo album, and many more. Second, it is a venue to make new friends. We may choose to keep our group public or private depending on our preference or choices. Public groups let us meet people with the same interests. You may opt to create a fan club, for instance, and meet new friends as they join our group. Number 3, it lets us build a community with the technical hassle. We don't have to be well versed in HTML or web design to create an online community. The entire process of creating and maintaining an e-group is very simple. Now the 8th topic, this is the social networking. Social networking, first let us see the definition, that social networking is the use of internet-based social media programs to make connections with friends, family, classmates, customers, and clients. Social networking site. A social networking site is a website that provides a venue for people to share their activities with family, friends, and colleagues or to share their interest in a particular topic. Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, Twitter are the some leading social sites. Now let us see in detail. Social networking is the grouping of individuals into specific groups like small rural communities or a neighborhood subdivision, if you will. Although social networking is possible in person, especially in universities, high school or the workplace, it is most popular online. When it comes to online social networking, websites are commonly used. These websites are known as social sites. Social networking websites function like an online community of interest users. Depending on the website in question, many of these online community members share a common interest such as hobbies, religion, politics. Once we are granted access to a social networking website, we can begin to socialize. This socialization may include reading the profile pages of other members and possibly even contacting them. So in short, we can say that social networking sites, also called social media, are interest sites where people interact freely, sharing and discussing information about each other and their lives, using a multimedia mix of personal words, pictures, videos, and audio. Various social networking sites are like Facebook, LinkedIn, MySpace, Twitter, YouTube, Flickr, WordPress, Blogger, Typepad, LiveJournal, Wikipedia, Wetpaint, Wikidot, Second Life, and so on, and many others. Now, merits and demerits of social networking. Social networking not only allow people to meet and communicate with strangers, but they also let users organize their social networks. In many ways, social media has led to positive changes in the way of people communicate and share information. However, it is a dark side as well. It has a dark side as well. Social networking can sometimes result in negative outcomes, some with long-term consequences. And here we are discussing merits of social networking. Number one, easier to connect with people. It is easier to connect with people from all across the world on social networking site, which otherwise is very difficult in real life. Number two, easy to hold discussions and collect opinions. With social networking, conducting discussions and collecting view or opinions on anything has become easier, as we can post the topic on social networking site and invite people to post their view, opinion about it. Number third, interactive environment. Social networking provides interactive environment with other people. With social networking and the internet in general, correspondence to virtually anyone from anywhere is possible. Number fourth, brings more awareness. Interactive involvement even reaches as far putting children and teens under the spotlight for discussing and participating in online and social networking forums for issues that concern them. It helps in improving the world awareness. Now the demerits of social networking. With the boom in social networking, a few ill practices have seeped into the system and the users should be aware of these. Number one, misusing the data or information posted by innocent users. Some people with the wrong intention can misuse the personal information posted by innocent users such as date of birth, address, school address, phone numbers, etc. Thus, we should be careful while posting such information and should avoid posting very personal information on public profiles. Number 2. Credibility of information. Some people with bad intentions use social networking sites for spreading baseless facts, resulting in a complete abuse of the freedom of expression. Thus, we should avoid being gullible and should practice discretion. Fake profiles. There are numerous fake user profiles in these sites. Orkut lost its credibility mainly due to growing use of such profiles. Number 4, bullying and trolling. With growing use of social networking sites, undesirable elements have crept up who resort to needless bullying. Defamation, harmful commenting, and pranks and persecute helpless, innocent victims and faces. Such practices cause emotional trauma both for victim and the bully. Peer pressure. In order to fit under peer pressure, often people lie to put exaggerated information about them. Experts say that a majority of profiles on social networking sites are actually either less than or greater than but never equal to what they portray. This leads to consequences born out of jealousy and harmful reactions. Number 6. Irresponsible behavior. Many users believe that they cannot be held responsible for anything they do or say on the social network. Out of this belief, they often resort to misusing their freedom of expression and free speech. They abuse others' rights for the same. They abuse other rights for the same, while laws against cyber violation may not be strong enough, yet they are becoming stronger by the day. Instances where severe penalties have been imposed on offenders are not uncommon. Number 7. Attention-seeking disorder and addiction. Another disturbing trend with the rise in social networks is disorders like attention-seeking disorders and addiction. The second thing, features available on social networking sites. The social networking sites provide certain functionality called features that helps users to connect with the other users in multiple ways. Some major features available like user profile. What is user profile? User profile is represent information about a user in organized format. Blog engine. Blog engine is a facility to create blogs, blog posts, tags and categories to each user. Photo album. This is the facility to upload and organize photos using the album infrastructure. Groups. Groups allow users to interact with each other around a common topic. Discussion boards. This allow users to easily post messages and comments to community in a way that all the responses will be viewable no matter how much time passes between each post. Now, media galleries. A generic architecture that allow users to host videos, photos, resumes or any other kind of physical files. Activity streams. Users can track the activity of their friends and be instantly notified when somebody publishes an interest blog post. Upload a photo, join the community. Messaging. It allows the user to communicate with each other or a whole group directly, resembling the look and feel of traditional mail clients. Walls. What is wall? Wall is a kind of virtual space on every user's profile or group page that allow friends to post messages for other users to see. In essence, this is usually the central gathering point for all users of a community. Comments. Comment modules allow users to interact with the content and other members of social networks. Tags. Similar to comments and rating, tags can be attached to different type of content, allowing users to build independent form of navigation and or categorization. Ethics in social networking. Social networking brings responsibility with it. As a responsible e-citizen, we should practice these ethics while connecting via social networks. Number 1, right perspective. Carefully upload the content, picture, videos, etc., as it may also involve other, and posting these may violate other users' privacy. One should be very careful with posting content as it becomes hard for the users to exercise complete control over the images and personal information made available online. Now, utilitarian perspective. One should deliberately keep away from indulging in illegal and unethical activities like hacking and posting of threatening online messages. Now, fairness perspective. One should treat every other user equal and no less in any way. Everybody should treat every other user equal and no less in any way. There should not be any discrimination based on gender, race, age, and other personality traits of a person while interacting with other users online. Common good perspective. Every action must not hinder in any way betterment of society and promoting common goods for the users. The services provided by the social networking sites. Number 1, friendship social networking. These are the networking model, and some examples or some websites are like friendster.com, myspace.com, friendersunited.com, and high5.com. Business social networking for business like LinkedIn and LPN, 6apart.com. Hobbies social networking, GrabNew, Sports, Flickr, automotive forums. Information social networking sites, DI Chatroom, eHow, Investopedia.com. Education social networking, epals.com, goit.com, and matforum.com. News and social networking, Associate Content, Helium, New Public, Suite10, Tryon. These are some model of social networking. Now the next topic is mobile technologies, and this is the last topic of our this second chapter, and then after these two theoretical chapters we will start HTML, there are two basic concepts of HTML, basic and advanced HTML. So that we will cover, that will be our second unit, and after completion of this is the complete theoretical chapter. So the facts to be learned and the question certainly will be asked from this unit. This is the first unit where two chapters. Now mobile technologies, modern technology is now within reach most of the people with the help of mobile technologies. Nowadays mobile phones are accessible most of the people in India, whether they are living in cities or living in villages. Now some technology which are included with the mobile phone, that is number one, SMS or short message service. SMS stands for short message service and is also commonly referred to text message. With an SMS we can send message up to 160 characters to another mobile device. Longer message will automatically be split up into several parts. Most cell phones support this type of text messaging. Third generation. Now what is the third generation? Let us see here. 3G or third generation. G used with 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, etc. stands for generation of mobile technology. When mobile technology came into exercise, communication helped through initial technology called 1G or analog cell phones, second generation 2G or digital phones, and now 3G and 4G are more prevalent. 3G stands for third generation and originally enabled wireless devices to operate at speed, which made web browsing a more enjoyable experience on mobile devices. Whilst this gave users the ability to regularly use the internet when on the go. Speeds were still not very high as pages needed time to load and open. 3G speeds can produce download data rates typically up to 384 kilobyte per second under normal conditions and up to 2 MB per second in some instances. And now what fourth generation? Now fourth generation is the next generation. If mobile technology with enhanced download and upload speeds and better connectivity, this allows the user browsing. 4G allows music streaming, fast and reliable web browsing, and ability to use a device as a portable entertainment center. A 4G network offers peak data rates of at the 100 Mbps, 100 megabytes per second or 100 Mbps for high mobility communication user in cars, trains, etc. and at least 1 gigabyte per second for low mobility communication, pedestrians and stationary users. We must note here that the speed that we receive in our mobile device also depends on the device what we are using. Since older devices cannot the full power of an area higher coverage, a 3G phone will work in an area with 4G coverage but will not connect at 3G speeds, and likewise a 4G phone will work in an area with 3G but only connects at 3G speeds. Here are some points to be revised of the entire chapter. Now let us see here. Now sending and receiving messages electronically is called email. An email address has two parts, username and domain name, separately by @ symbol or at the rate of symbol. Advantages of email are low cost, waste reduction, speed, ease of use, record maintenance, etc. In an email message CC, the field can be used to send carbon copy of email message to multiple recipients. and BCC field can be used to send same mail message to multiple recipients without letting them know that same message has been sent to some other person also. Some common protocols used over internet for file transfer and remote login are FTP, Telnet, SSH, SFTP and SCP. Online textual talk is called chatting. Two-way video phone conversation among multiple participants is called video conferencing. E-learning refers to the learning that takes place in electronically simulated environment. Making reservations of tickets or hotel rooms or tourist packages etc. through internet is known as e-reservation. Social networking have led to positive changes, but sometimes these are misused also. Thus, online should know the dangers associated with the precautions and measures to counter it. SMS refers to short message service through which we can send short messages up to 160 characters over mobile phone. MMS refers to multimedia messages services, and with this we can include different media like image, picture, audio, video, etc. over mobile phones. 3G and 4G are mobile communication technologies through which we can connect to internet on the go, and these offers different data rates for downloading and uploading. These are the questions of multiple choice questions. These are solved question answer here, and that is the application based problems. These questions to be solved, keyword to be learned, theoretical question to be noted down in your notebook. These are the solved question answers here. Write these questions in your notebook, and hope you enjoyed your today's class. Thank you, and open description box. Again, same file and notes are available in PDF. Write down the PDF in your notebook, write the topics in the notebook and learn. At the opening of the school there will be a unit test, so learn the thing seriously. Thank you. Have a great day.